It's really a pleasure to stand up here before you and talk about our 2010 and 2011 fiscal year for the Knox Area Chamber Partnership. This is a year in which the Chamber launched some great new innovative products and services. One-of-a-kind business health risk assessment tool was launched out, really very effective. And on the cusp of that health risk assessment was something that could tell you what to do about it, or member prescription or member RX. So we're really excited about that as well. We've advocated strongly in the political arena for business policies that are friendly to the business community in Knoxville. We've pursued new businesses, really aggressively pursued new businesses in several manners, which we'll talk about in a moment. And we've helped existing businesses grow with some of the technology that's been implemented, some of the tools that we have, and obviously the staff, the great staff that the Knox Area Chamber has. We also, maybe most importantly, advocated for high educational achievement. And the partnership that's been developed, and we'll talk about that in a moment, with Knox County Schools, between the Chamber and Knox County Schools, is unprecedented and very, very exciting. And I think all of you will be very proud to hear about what we've got going on there. I firmly believe that no other chamber is as innovative as the Knoxville Chamber. We have the award to prove it. Several of us went out to California and was awarded the Chamber of the Year by the American Chamber of Commerce Executives. And that is a tremendous, tremendous feat. In 2009, the Board of Directors cast a vision to make the Knoxville Chamber the best in the country, as well as Knoxville the best business address. We vigorously represent the community in this endeavor. We have not achieved this 5-year goal yet, of course, because it's so new, but we're actively pursuing it, and the American Chamber of Commerce executives recognized it. One of the Chamber's core goals is to be a national leader. If part of the employee culture is to constantly improve, to challenge the normal way of doing business, to develop cutting-edge products and services. The award that I referenced is a recognition of our ability to innovate. However, this isn't the end. Winning that award was just merely symbolic. Everybody on the Chamber staff and the Board of Directors realize it's just the beginning. It's just inspiration to inspire fantastic results in the future. The Knoxville Chamber was also Chamber of the Year because of its outstanding members. And I'm really pleased to see more people out here than back here, so thank you for attending. Companies from across the region, both large and small, are committed to making Knoxville a thriving business community, a great place to live, and you're committed to supporting this organization. I want to thank the Chamber members this morning and really appreciate your attendance. In addition, the Knoxville Chamber works with some outstanding partners. Those includes those that share office space with the Chamber. The Central Business Improvement District, Leadership Knoxville, the Tennessee Small Business Development Center, the Development Corporation, and the Department of Commerce Export Assistance Center. It also includes the Innovation Valley Partners, and perhaps most importantly, the City of Knoxville and Knox County. That being said, I'd like to recognize the elected officials that were with us this morning. If they would please stand, we'd like to acknowledge you with some applause, please. Thank you, members, for being here. We really appreciate it. The Chamber works under contract with both the City of Knoxville and the county to perform economic development. We are the economic development arm of those two entities. This is a partnership. It's a true partnership. It has been valuable for both governments and the business community as well. Together, the city, county, and chamber works to expand our economic future. These efforts help broaden the tax base, keeps taxes low, and allow for the support of schools and neighborhood development services, and it makes this a great place to live and work. With that entry, I'd like to call our meeting to order. The members of the board of the Knox Area Chamber Partnership are seated behind me. They characterize the varied and diverse economy with which the Knoxville region is blessed, consisting of small and large businesses, service and manufacturing companies, and minority-owned and women-owned firms. The directors represent the Chamber's multifaceted membership as well. They commit a substantial amount of time to the Chamber. They lead its committees, they work to maintain the organization's strengths, and they identify avenues for improvements. So I'd like to thank them for their service and appreciate it very much. We have a lot to be proud of this fiscal year. A year in which we ended with net income from continuing operations before depreciation expense or cash flow of a little over $30,000. And we have a total membership of 2,090 members. That's 2,090 members. The perception of the Knox Chamber represents big business is just incorrect. For 2,100 members, we're your advocate. Let's talk about our accomplishments. 2010 and 11 was the first year of implementing a comprehensive 5-year strategic plan. The plan is a roadmap that will lead the Chamber towards its goal of making Knoxville America's best business address. The plan includes a series of objectives and strategies along with specific tactics that guide the staff's daily activities. Above all, the strategic plan is a tool that allows the board and the entire membership to measure progress and understand the return on investment. A report card is presented to the board each quarter, and the first annual report card will be available online at knoxvillechamber.com after this meeting. We are making great progress, and I'm happy to highlight some of the organization's many accomplishments. Last November, the Chamber received 4-star accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The high grade is a testament to the effort of the staff, the board, and its volunteers. This was the first time that Knoxville Chamber applied for accreditation, and it required a serious review of the Chamber's operations, procedures, finances, membership benefits, and its programs. Speaking of member benefits, the Chamber introduced several new programs this fiscal year. Chamber Member MD and the Member Prescription, or Member RX, were launched to member and non-member businesses throughout the region in March. Much like a personal health risk assessment, the business analysis tools help to identify a company's strengths and weaknesses and provides an individualized plan for making a business stronger. No other Chamber of Commerce in the country has a similar product or service. The program has received national attention, and the Chamber and chambers from across the country have inquired about licensing the product. In October, we launched iknowknoxville.com. The interactive online business directory allows Chamber members to have detailed listings, post coupons, and use the available multimedia functions. Visits from area business people, residents, and visitors have increased steadily on that site throughout this year. The next part is extremely important. The Knoxville Chamber nominated 11 companies for the U.S. Chamber Dream Big Small Business Awards. Nominees for this prestigious national award were all past Pinnacle Award winners. Prestige Cleaners was one of 7 national finalists for the Small Business of the Year Award, and 7 other Knoxville businesses were recognized as Blue Ribbon Awards and Free Enterprise Honors. In fact, I think one of our board members, Eddie Manis, his company, Prestige Cleaners, I think Eddie has a life-size picture of himself in the U.S. Chamber office. So congratulations to you, Eddie, on that. That's outstanding. Speaking of awards, in addition to the Chamber of the Year Award, this next award represents how talented the staff is. A Chamber staff member was recognized by the American Chamber of Commerce Executives as the 9th-ranked sales executive in the country. Ashleigh Adkins received the Gold Circle of Champions Lifetime Achievement Award for helping 1,000 members join during her 8 years with the Knoxville Chamber. Unfortunately for Ashleigh, that award means that she can't leave the Knoxville Chamber. It's too bad. The Chamber continued to produce many outstanding events in 2010 and 2011, including the Pinnacle Business Awards and the tremendously popular Schmoozapalooza. We also increased the number of legislative and government-related events, including a breakfast with Governor Haslam and Commissioner Huffman, and lunch with Senator Corker. The organization amplified the voice of the business community on many policy issues. The Chamber led the effort to delay and reconsider the Metropolitan Planning Commission proposed Hillside and Ridgetop Protection Plan, which I'll talk about more in a bit. The Chamber influenced legislation behind being considered in Nashville and continues to be one of the leading business voices on education. In fact, our own Mike Edwards has been appointed to the Tennessee Board of Education. He's regularly called on to speak about the importance of business active engagement in education. So congratulations to you on that, Mike. We know you'll do a great job. In 2011, the Chamber directed the Educators in the Workplace program, which allowed 102 teachers from across the region to visit area businesses and experience how classroom skills are applied in the workplace. In addition, the Chamber increased its efforts to raise awareness of the importance of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, in our region's workforce, in our students' education. The Chamber is nearing completion of the Education Management Information System and has been developing in partnership with the Knox County Schools. This software program transforms the massive amount of data, the disparate data that exists in the school system, which the district routinely collects, into actionable knowledge. With this new knowledge, educators are better equipped to manage to the student outcomes that the school system adopted in its 5-year plan. The resource allows teachers to track the progress of each student and administrators the ability to create budgets. Again, this is going to be a budgeting tool as well. Gary Spencer, who's been instrumental in this program development and collaboration with the school system, is key to this success. His expertise in budgeting, administration, and management systems made this project possible and resulted in the development of a system that will be a national model. I'd like to ask Gary to stand, and I'd like to recognize him with applause for this great collaborative effort. In this sluggish economy, the Knoxville Chamber has been working hard to help existing businesses survive and grow. The Chamber is the lead agency in the Regional Economic Development Program, Innovation Valley, and has been aggressively marketing the Knoxville Oak Ridge area. That has included 23 outbound missions or face-to-face interactions with site selection consultants and corporate real estate executives. Existing businesses were supported through 242 on-site meetings as part of the Chamber's technology mining and matching and business retention and expansion efforts. Chamber employees and partners meet with companies to identify barriers to growth and discuss incentives, grants, and training programs that can help them grow and survive. The Chamber's Propel program, which supports small, women, veteran, and minority-owned business development, had another tremendous year. It continued to facilitate mentor and protege relationships that lead to new contracts and better business practices by the participating small businesses. In addition, 172 companies took part in business visioning sessions, which provide valuable information about locating and securing customers, developing partnerships, and government contracting. In July, the U.S. Small Business Administration presented the Tennessee Minority Small Business Champion of the Year Award to Doug Minter for his hard work on the Propel program. In the 2010-11 fiscal year, it was a good year for the Knoxville Chamber. There are many more accomplishments listed in the annual report, which you can download at knoxvillechamber.com. It details the Chamber's many accomplishments like new members and member benefits, economic development activities, and advocacy efforts. You also find the Year 1 report card that the board has already reviewed that demonstrates the progress that we've made in implementing Knoxville Chamber's strategic plan. Let's talk about some challenges and opportunities. I'm looking forward to continuing the exciting journey toward making Knoxville's best business address. However, there are some challenges and opportunities. The Census Bureau released numbers in September that showed a 2.3% decline in median income in 2009. Household income across the nation fell to its lowest level in more than 10 years in 2010, and poverty was at a 17-year high. Unemployment in Knoxville has hovered around 7.5% for more than a year, and nationally at just over 9%. In my opinion, real unemployment is about 15% when you figure all the industries where people go and work and really not sell, etc. They're just sitting around. Many have been unemployed for years, and the frustration with the slow economic recovery has resulted in demonstrations in cities across America. However, that energy should not be channeled towards holding corporations back, but instead to set entrepreneurs free to create new products and activities and services and to produce the jobs we all want and need. While the Knoxville region fared better than most during the Great Recession, we are currently stuck in the same economic doldrums as the rest of the country. We all need a kickstart to get the economy humming again, and our national leaders must lead. Our local leaders must lead. They need to be courageous enough to disregard the polls and look past the next election. They must deal with the national debt and the national economy. Compromises become a dirty word among politicians instead of a principle built into the American system by its founding fathers. We call on all of our elected leaders to find solutions instead of seeking political leverage. Do what is right instead of what is advantageous, and work for the good of the electorate instead of pandering to the voters. Another national issue we must address is legal immigration. The Knoxville Chamber recently joined the Partnership for a New American Economy. Richard Bloomberg formed this group of business leaders and mayors from both parties to seek ways to address America's failed immigration policies because it makes economic sense. Let's be clear here. We believe that America must secure its borders and prevent illegal immigration through tougher enforcement, and we must hold businesses accountable for purposefully hiring illegal immigrants. But we must also increase opportunities for highly skilled workers and entrepreneurs to enter and foreign students to stay in the United States. I find it ironic with all the protesting going on, with the Wall Street protests going on, that we still have many people clamoring to get in the United States, even with the media's coverage of those protests. So we have a lot to be proud of in the United States, but we got to make sure that the legal process is followed. An immigrant or children of immigrants founded 41% of the Fortune 500 companies. People from across the world want to come to the United States to start a business because it's a land of opportunity. The companies those immigrants create employ Americans of all backgrounds, millions of Americans. And it's not just the work of entrepreneurial immigrants that result in new jobs. One study demonstrates that for every H-1B visa provided to an immigrant working at a U.S. technology company, employment increases in that business by 5 workers. Currently, 85% of the visas issued are for families seeking reunification or refuge from harm. We are a nation with a big heart, and we should continue to provide those visas. But that means only 15% are given for economic reasons. We must change that ratio. We must also provide a path for foreign students earning advanced degrees in technical fields from U.S. universities to work here permanently. 2/3 of those earning a computer science or engineering PhD from U.S. institutions are foreign. These are the talented people that develop new products, make technology breakthroughs, drive businesses, and create jobs. They are already on American soil, and it's an economic imperative that we work to keep them here to make this country successful. The U.S. is a nation of immigrants, and we must fix our immigration system. Let's now focus on some local issues. Economic development in the Knoxville area has been slow. No one will debate that. While the Chamber's economic development team has helped some local businesses expand, companies like Republic Plastics, Green Mountain Coffee, Scripps Networks Interactive, Melaleuca, Team Health, and Canberra, we have not seen the amount of job creation and new business announcements that we'd certainly hoped for. Bill Baxter, who's the CEO of Holston Gases, recently called the announcement that his company was expanding to the I-275 corridor and investing more than $10 million and creating more than 30 new jobs a solid single. To carry out the metaphor, most job production comes from existing business. Manufacturing runs with singles, doubles, and steals. That's the way it should be, and the Chamber is aggressively working with Knoxville area companies every day to help make that happen. We are also working very hard at hitting a few home runs. The number of companies looking at the Knoxville region is sizable, and the Innovation Valley partners are working collaboratively to foster many of those opportunities. As the economy improves, these companies will begin to make location decisions, and we must exercise unyielding efforts to encourage them to choose the Knoxville region. The Knoxville Chamber's economic development efforts are embodied in the Innovation Valley program. This powerful regional economic development program has made this region a known entity to site selection consultants and corporate real estate professionals across the country, and the world for that matter. Governor Bill Haslam has used Innovation Valley as the model for his regionally focused, statewide economic development program. He understands that each location or region must identify itself in its business advantages and capitalize on those when recruiting businesses or helping existing companies grow. Because of our efforts, business leaders understand intellectual and research assets that we have in this region. The recently established Carbon Fiber Consortium at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which Innovation Valley is administering, will expose our business advantages to the world of the leading advantages that we have. We must have the ability to capitalize on these resources. In this, the fourth year of the success of Innovation Valley, it's critical that we maintain the momentum. Both private investors and local governments must continue to support the program because it's important for this area's long-term economic health. We must add new investors, and we need you to become engaged and involved and learn about Innovation Valley. The local business community can become a major recruiting asset if we are all sharing the benefits of this region with our friends and business associates. Education and workforce development are other key development initiatives that the Chamber is supporting. The organization became an advocate for education reform because it just makes economic sense. In the future, the communities that have the best educated workforce will attract the best businesses. It's a simple equation. Those businesses will also give the highest paying jobs with the best educated workforce. We need to win that competition. This area needs to win. Tennessee has made significant steps to improve K through 12 academic standards and identify the best classroom teachers. Tenure reform and empirically based teacher evaluation systems are important reforms championed by Governor Haslam and passed by the General Assembly in 2011. Multiple studies by Dr. William Sanders, the father of the value-add equation, have shown that teachers are the most important factor overall in a child's education, above all else, parents, environment, etc. A great teacher can have a tremendous influence on the student's ability to learn, and an unskilled teacher can be something a student can never recover, from which it can never recover. A vocal minority of teachers and principals across the state are beginning to criticize this teacher evaluation system. They need to understand that the system is not a punitive measure, but rather one designed to help teachers and principals get better at their profession. It's the same system that we all use in business every day. While evaluations are common practice in the private workplace, Tennessee's teacher evaluation system is new, and obviously improvements will be made and tweaks will be made to make sure it fits and works. We have to identify its weaknesses and we have to correct them, but we are on the right path and the right trajectory. It is important that the business community and members of the Tennessee General Assembly understands that educators are professionals and that objective evaluation should be part of their professional development. Together, we've got to stand against any effort to weaken these evaluations and all of Tennessee's recent K-12 and higher education reforms. Over the past 8 months, the Knoxville Chamber has been involved as the Knox County Commission and Knoxville City Council considered Metropolitan Planning Commission's proposed hillside and ridgetop protection plan. I believe that we are close to resolution. MPC has acknowledged that its original plan was flawed and has proposed some fairly extensive revisions to the original plan, including the addition of a whole new implementation section. Many of the revisions are intended to address the issues raised by the Chamber, and they incorporate the core concepts from Plan B, the Chamber's alternative slope and ridgetop plan. Perhaps most importantly, the revisions make it clear that the plan is advisory only and confirms that Council and Commission have final say on development proposals regardless of what that plan says. That is exactly what Plan B was intended to accomplish. The Chamber became involved in this process because land use decisions are critical to our economy's ability to grow economically. We must have the flexibility to attract jobs, allow existing businesses to expand facilities when they need them, and provide affordable and attractive housing for new employees. We also must have development codes that are easy to understand and that does not present a barrier to business. Let me be clear on this, though. We strongly believe in the protection of our unique and important scenic landscapes. In fact, the Chamber called for more protection of the ridgetops than MPC. But we also know that no one can see the future, and Knoxville and Knox County need to have the ability to attract jobs as national and international markets change. The Chamber will continue to be involved in local policy, we assure you of that. It needs the active participation of its members and to ensure that the Knoxville region remains a business-friendly place. I really appreciate your time this morning. With that, I'd open up to any questions before we adjourn the meeting. Okay, seeing none, I appreciate your time and attendance at the annual meeting. I will take a motion to adjourn, please. Any second? All in favor? Anybody opposed? I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much for your attendance.